This is C.R.P.H.A, Humanitarian advocate. Trump supporters and the entire nation, being the American people, can celebrate. Trump has been officially acquitted. All the corrupt allegations and lies and deceptive bullshit done and orchestrated and voiced by the liberal Democrats are no longer on Trump's shoulders or back. The liberal Democrats will have no alternative but to work with, not against, but work with the president, as the House has been established to do from day one. When the forefathers first put everything together, even in connection with the Constitution. The Constitution is not about socialism. The Constitution is against socialism. The Constitution is for the American people and our freedoms and rights. This flag is in connection with the Constitution. What it stands for as well is with the Constitution. Nancy Pelosi and her constituents have no alternative now. They must work with the president, not against, not backhanded, not underhandedly, not sidestepping, no backpedaling, no corruption whatsoever, or you, Nancy Pelosi, and many of your other constituents, including Chuck Schumer, will be out of office in accordance to the Constitution. This flag stands for everything positive. And socialism is not positive. Socialism is the pinnacle of what happened during the Hitler regime, before and during World War II. The American people do not want, nor do they deserve to have socialism. The American people want peace, tranquility, prosperity, positive prosperity, in the sense of a true American way of life, freedom, rights, the true, logical, positive American way of life. That flag stands for all that plus more. That flag has stood through a lot of shit. Even after Betsy Ross, the one that created the very first flag with 13 stars in a circle on the sea of blue, was a circle of 13 stars way before the 50 that we see every time flapping in the air on the flagpole. That flag had stood through hell in the Revolutionary War. That flag stood through hell in every practical and illogical shit that this country's gone through in its history. Do we want to go through another hell? I don't think so. Although Trump and his family has gone through hell, even before becoming president, I'm sure. Yes, everybody does, in one way or another, and they know how to handle it the best to their ability. Sometimes they fail, sometimes they succeed the first round, right? That flag has went through more hell than we can even realize. That flag has gone through hell even in other countries where they tried to do demonstration in their disgust and hate and dismay about the United States of America and towards the United States of America. They've shown nothing but disgrace to that flag in this country while in the demonstration. Granted, many people who have done it in this country, it's within the Constitution that they can. But why? Why do that to a flag that has stood for everything that's positive? That flag has stood for everything that's way beyond majestic in every positive way and level. Socialism is not positive. No matter what the liberal Democrats want to say, what they would do for this country, and whatever they want to try to say, what they would do versus what Trump has done, they can't. Because, like I said in the videos before, that each one of the candidates, aside from the fact that the first debate of the DNC, they wanted to announce that they were there for socialism. Why do such of an un-American, illogical, sinful thing by pronouncing the very party that's supposed to be in accordance with the Constitution that was formed by our forefathers along with the Republican Party? Why proclaim that the Democratic Party is there for socialism? Socialism is nothing to celebrate. Socialism is nothing to be happy about. In our country's history, we should more than recognize and more than acknowledge that Hitler and his regime, in the base of humanity, especially, even in the time that it happened, has shown the levels and the actions of socialism. And I can guarantee you, Hitler's in hell, burning more than at the stake for his sinful actions. He would have been forgiven if he stopped way before it went to the length that it did. But he didn't, now did he? Because he felt that he had to show his strength and power and might. That didn't get him very far, did it? The socialist liberal fucking Democrats should realize that. With the fact that they didn't get far with trying to impeach a president that's done many positive things in a short amount of time for this country, that's positive and beneficial to the American people and for this country and our youth, the socialist liberal Democrats should realize that they have no leg to stand on anything, so they cannot pronounce socialism. They cannot say that socialism is a positive thing. Nancy Pelosi and her constituents will be taken out in accordance to the Constitution. The more they go on with this bullshit and corrupt lies and deception towards Donald J. Trump in this country, and which also negatively affects the American people, and they know this. They don't care. The liberal socialist Democrats will claim that they give a damn, but they don't. As I've said many times before, they'll fucking lie to your face. Bernie Sanders thinks he would be able to beat Trump. No, he won't. Now, Tom Steyer just made a commercial I saw last night claiming that he would be able to beat Trump. He won't. He doesn't have the fucking backing to do it. Neither does Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders never has had any backing, and he never will. Neither will Tom Steyer, neither will Elizabeth Warren, neither will Joe Biden, neither will Mike Bloomberg. If the impeachment action was shot down due to the more than outright lies and deception and corruptive actions and words done by Nancy Pelosi herself and her party, being her constituents within the Democratic Party, then basically I can guarantee you that their efforts to turn this country socialist will be shot down. The basic fact is Trump has more backing from and by the American people and the Constitution than anybody realized. Even the liberal, socialist, brain-dead Democrats, even Nancy Pelosi, the senile bitch herself, realized. This flag right here, liberal Democrats, this flag right here does not stand and will never stand for socialism. This flag right here stands against socialism, and it stands against our rights being taken away. And it stands against our freedom to be taken away. This flag stands for freedom, our American rights, and the true positive American way of life. Nancy Pelosi, as I've said before, and Chuck Schumer, as I've said before, you want to keep on carrying this bullshit that you say, that you know is bullshit in the fucking first place, but you want to voice it out as if it's true and you think the American people will agree with you. You think the American people are so clueless and brain dead that they'll believe anything that you liberal idiots say and proclaim? Then you have no confidence in the American people, do you, Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer? You have no faith in this country anymore, or the American people. None of the candidates in the DNC have faith and confidence and belief in this country or the American people. But they want to fucking show their phony smiles and face and their fake ass bullshit other aspects and say, "Oh, we care about the American people. We care about what's happening to this country." And then guess what? What's happening to this country is not bad. What's happening to this country is not bad. It's not evil. It's not underhanded. Nothing. With Donald J. Trump, it's been nothing but positive. With Donald J. Trump, it's been nothing but more than glorious. It's been everything that that flag stands for, along with what the Constitution stands for, of we the people. What the liberal Democrats are doing, even in their campaigns, they're trying to make you look their way, their vision, which is the complete opposite of what our forefathers put in fruition, into actuality. What Donald J. Trump has made clear that this country and the people with the legal citizens being the American people deserve everything positive. But the liberal Democrats are going against that. And like I said, in accordance to the Constitution, that can be completely dealt with. Where the constituents within the Socialist Liberal Democratic Party, they can be taken out of office like that. The more they fucking bullshit the American people, the more they fucking go towards the lies and deceptive actions and many other things, like Nancy Pelosi has attempted to do, especially what Chuck Schumer is still trying to do. Even as the constituents go through the campaign through the DNC and deceive and lie and bullshit the American people. Tom Steyer is one of them. He doesn't know the first thing of what America truly stands for. He's following whatever he's been being told like a little puppet. And guess who's telling him that? Nancy Pelosi and her constituents, her longtime constituents. Joe Biden and his longtime constituents. Obama and his longtime constituents. Hillary and Bill's longtime constituents. So, Tom Steyer, you're bullshitting the American people, and you better fucking stop. You wanna fucking try to make me believe you're bullshit? Go ahead. Make my day, dumbass. I stand by this flag, and I will always stand by this flag. This flag right here is what our troops fight for and stand with and stand by more than 100%. And they will keep doing so. They don't have to, but they choose to because they know the true American way of life. They believe in our freedoms and our rights and what this flag has stood for many centuries. Trump stands for what this flag stands for and has stood for. Trump believes in you, American people. Even those who voted against him in the 2016 election, he said that he will work for those who voted for him and those who voted against him, and he has done so. No liberal asswipe, not even Gavin Newsom, not even Tom Steyer, not even fucking Darrell Steinberg will be able to make me believe otherwise. Because all they would do is lie through their teeth, show sin after sin after sin, commit sin after sin after sin with all lies and corruption and deceptive bullshit, and they know it and they don't care, and they think that Heavenly Father will forgive them for that? No! The reason I'm using Heavenly Father is because of that. There's a cross up here. I'll show you real quick. See that cross? That cross is what the liberal Democrats are sinning against as well. They're going to get. They're thinking the American people are so brain dead, so clueless that they'll believe anything. Thereby, they're they're going against the word of Heavenly Father and our Savior. Is that being a true American? No. Is that being a true human being, a caring, loving, honest, respectful human being? No. Is that being a man of true faith and true worship? No. What is being truthful, honest, direct, respectful, helpful, lending a hand to help your fellow man and woman, lending a hand to help your child or children and other children, lending a hand to make sure that nothing goes against our freedoms and rights, lending a hand to make sure that nothing goes against the American people and our children in any negative, sinful way. Are the liberal Democrats about that? They're about they're about something that goes only for them, that benefits them. Thereby, here's the liberal Democrats' back, and here's the front. Right? Right now, even through the DNC, this is what they're doing. Their back is showing to the American people. Their back is showing to that flag. Their back would be showing to the Constitution of we the people. As I've said before, and I'll keep saying if I have to, just to make it clear, that the American people will not stand for, and I know that, and I'm standing 100% beside you, American people. You American people, as well as I, being an American person, I was born and raised in this country as well, and even our youth. We deserve to be respected. We deserve to be cared for and told the truth and honesty essentially, by anybody, even those in the political parties. We deserve to be getting many benefits from the United States government in accordance to the Constitution and what that flag stands for. We deserve a lot of positive things that the liberal Democrats are tired of doing for us. The Socialist Liberal Democrats are so sick and tired that they don't feel that they were being benefited as we got benefited in those many years, even before and after John Franklin Kennedy got assassinated. Were we happy that our president back then got assassinated? No. It was more than a heartbreak to this country. A president that did everything within his power to make sure that we were benefited in every positive way and manner. But now, the liberal Democrats have gone astray from what that flag stands for, from what the cross I showed you, what that cross is spiritually about, and why it's there, and every spiritual positive thing, and also what our Heavenly Father and our Savior want for us. The liberal Democrats have gone more than 100% against. It is said that we will go through a lot of hell, even in accordance to the Bible. But we do not deserve to go through the hell of socialism. We don't deserve to be living through the base of socialism like those people in in Germany and England have, and quite possibly would have gone through the whole entire rest of their lives if we didn't jump in like we did. Our country saved those who quite possibly would have been done in every way manageable if we, the United States of America, did not jump in to get Hitler out of power, to save and protect those of Europe and England and Germany. The question is, I know many people will say, okay, who's going to save us, right? There's one particular thing. If it builds up, if and when it builds up, and it's a positive one. One, think about what that flag stands for you in every positive way. What it's done for you and your own self being. What it's done for you with no hassles, no nothing, right? No nothing negative, right? That flag and the Constitution is protecting you, and it has since the first day you were born. Even if you were first, even if you became an American through the Bush administration, and you did everything positive, right? And you became a full-fledged American through the legality aspects, right? With no bullshit thing done by the liberal Democrats, right? That flag has stood for everything positive to protect you. It's still standing for everything positive that's been protecting every one of us, even those who have been born in the United States of America, like myself, to start with, and many others even before me. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we may not agree with that's been going on in this country, even before Trump. And I know it's easily said that we can point the finger of blame at the government of the United States. But each time we do, does that really help our situation? Does it help? Does it help on any level? Not really. It may be kind of a stress release in some respect, but stress builds up after a while, doesn't it? Think about this. Without that flag and without the current Constitution, we'd already be in way worse straits in the base of socialism. Way worse than Hitler did to the people in that country. Way worse than the what happened to many people even before the Revolutionary War. In the base of like sickness and illnesses and shit like that could not be cured to start with. I mean, the rules and regulations were made up like left and right in the beginning, before everything was established within the Constitution that we that that we know of today. that's been around for more than 100 years. Remember that Statue of Liberty? That thing was given. That beautiful statue, that lady was given to the United States of America by France. They didn't have to do it, but they did, didn't they? In a positive collaboration and friendship with the United States of America. The person that came up with that statue, it took some really long time doing and thinking, didn't it? And we got to thank him for that. Yes, he's not around anymore, but we got to thank him for that. In some more respect, you can call it painstakingly thought out and formed into what we have today. What was inducted and put into reality. That statue has stood for longer than any of us were around. Any of even the ones that are of current as well. That statue stood from the very beginning when it was first built. And our ancestors, if you want to call them, our great ancestors especially, if you want to call them that, our great grandparents especially, our great 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 all the way into almost near infinity of our grandparents. That statue, the Statue of Liberty, Lady Liberty, has and will ever forever stand for the very thing that flag stands for one. That flag right there, and and it will still uphold the base of the Constitution as well, in her own way. I could say it, but it's not an it. To many people, it could be, but that's a disgrace, isn't it? To the liberal Democrats, they could say, "Well, she this and she that," right? But really, they're thinking it, and I'm not putting any judgment or anything negative on it. The positive thing that can happen to make sure we don't go into the base of socialism is that we turn our backs on socialism, turn our backs on the liberal Democrats, turn our backs on Nancy Pelosi, turn our backs on every constituent within the Democratic Party, and keep voting strong and steadfast and positively for Donald J. Trump in 2020 for one. You know, even those who do not like him, you know he's done everything positive for this country that's been benefited you, even if you don't want to acknowledge it or admit it. Things could have been way worse with Hillary Clinton, you know. Things could have been way worse than they are now, especially in all in general. In general, things could have been way worse in accordance to the Constitution. She could have easily fucked with that Fourth Amendment and taken it out of the Constitution in what this flag stands right beside. They could have easily she could have easily made a movement to change the historical meaning to this flag. She could have easily had it, but where this flag was refaced. That's the base of socialism right there. Doing things so illogical and sinful, it's not funny. So, unbeknownst of a true commander in chief, Hillary would have done in the cry and call of and for and about socialism. Hillary would have done that. If you were to ask her, she'd fucking lie through her teeth and bullshit her way through. Even in talk show interviews, she would have bullshitted her way through. So would Nancy Pelosi. So would Chuck Schumer. So would many others. And I know the one fucking idiot who would more than side with the liberal socialist Democrats, and that's Meet the Press on NBC. They don't like freedom. They don't like the true American way of life. Even though they're living high in life with all the money they're getting, even before they even fucking show their fucking mug faces on TV, aren't they? They're living the high. That dumbass is living the high life practically. The host and the producers and directors are living the high life. They wouldn't be living the high life so much so if it was going towards the aspect of socialism. If socialism was to be played in today, we'd be way worse off, and so wouldn't they? They would. Nobody deserves to be mistreated. No American person deserves to be mistreated, regardless of anything. We are all united. The ones that want us to be divided are the Socialist Liberal Democrats. They claim that they want us to be united. They're lying through their teeth and they know that. They don't expect you, American people, to read between what they say and what they don't say. And essentially reading between the lines in what is pure and clear deceptive bullshit. Of what they really want to say, but they're afraid to because they know that if they say what they really want to say, what they should say, that they will have you go away from them. That's why they're doing it. Yes, I know the male and female psyche damn well, and you could say I'm using that aspect in this conversation, in this talk, if you will. I could be. I'm not gonna say if I'm not, or if I am, but I could be. But the basic fact is, I'm for and about this flag. I'm for and about the United States of America and for and about you, American people, and our youth, and this country, this beautiful country of ours. I'm more in 100% behind this flag, the Constitution, the American people in this country, and Donald J. Trump all in one. I'm in it so much. I'll show you. That I believe in this. This is the resemble of what that would hold true as well. A positive, bright future in what Gene Roddenberry had put together in many episodes, many TV series, many of the movies, right? This could be our future, our positive future. Not only in the base of space exploration, but also in uniting and positively more than befriending every other nation all across this globe. Not having to worry about socialism, not having to worry about anything. Of course, there's going to be maybe a bit of dismay here and there. Yeah, there's that, but you know the one thing is there's ways to counteract that, isn't it? I believe in our our future, positive future. The liberal Democrats don't. What they consider positive is socialism, and socialism has never been positive. Hold on one second. Socialism has never been showing any, not one bit of positivity. The liberal Democrats think that they can make it that way, but they won't. They want you to believe that they can make socialism look so fucking peachy keen, rosy, and clear, right? So much so that you'll get more benefit than you are now. But would you? No. The only true benefit that goes to anybody would be the fucking liberal Democrats. And it wouldn't go even in accordance to this flag at all. It would not. It would not go in accordance to the current Constitution. Because they would easily tear that damn thing up. That they would tear the Constitution apart and rewrite it to their liking. And reassociate with it. And with that, as I've said before, they would change every little thing at their leisure. Even if it's not in their rewritten version of the Constitution. The socialist assholes would fucking change things at their leisure. Whenever the fuck they felt like it. Then we wouldn't get to this. A positive, bright future. Our youth would not be able to reach that because of socialism. They'd be going through more hell than we have in the beginning of this country's history. We've gone through hell even before that. Before the induction of the Constitution, of the current Constitution. Before the base of our forefathers. And during and after. Do we want to go through more hell? No. Do the liberal Democrats give a damn about that? No. Does Trump? Yes. Do I? Yes, I more than give a damn. Does Trump believe in this type of future? Oh, I can guarantee you he does believe in that type of future. This type of a future is positive. What the liberal Democrats want and are trying to pronounce and put through and want to put through is not a positive future. The only positive part of the future is for them, nobody else. Not even the American people. Not even for our youth. And yes, they will lie to you without malice, without provocation. They will lie to you and say otherwise. Guaranteed. Even though in those commercials, they'll fucking lie to your fucking face. They will lie to you on those commercials. They'll lie to you even in the debates. And even as they travel states, they'll lie to you. They'll make you believe what they want you to believe. Dude, they don't believe in a positive future as this. Trump believes in this positive future, though. Trump believes in a positive future that even spans this. So do I. That even spans the base of space exploration alone. That would still go along with what this flag has stood for centuries. What the Constitution has stood by and for more than centuries. What this country has stood and fought for more than centuries. Think about that. Nancy Pelosi wants division. Trump doesn't. I don't. Obama showed that he claimed that he didn't want division. That what George H. what George W. Bush Jr. essentially created division. He didn't. Who did? Obama did. He created the division. Many of the liberal socialist Democrats are claiming that Trump is creating division. He's not. You might even say I'm trying to create division. I'm not. This does not mean I'm creating division. This doesn't show that I'm creating division. Me having this flag, this beautiful flag right here, with the light shining right through it, especially that doesn't show any division. I have believed in this country even before I even knew that my father was a Marine. Before I was even born. Even if I didn't know that he was a Marine, I would still respect him and I would still honor him. Even in accordance to the Bible, I would still honor him. I still honor and respect my mother, even though we have our differences. Who doesn't? Which child doesn't have differences with their own parents? Really? And I'm saying this outside of politics. Okay. Who doesn't have differences in general? Everybody's gonna have differences one way or the other. And what time and one time or the other. For one reason or the other. But it doesn't make them right. It doesn't make them wrong. If they feel a certain way, hey, that's their right in accordance to the Constitution and what this flag stands for. and why Lady Liberty stands the way she is right now, and where she is right now, as she welcomes many, many more immigrants coming into this country and visiting this country that are coming in here legally, that is. Think about that. And now we have the idiot liberals in California as well as New York to start with, trying to divide the American people within their own state to start with. I will not allow that to happen. With your support, we can both make sure there's no division in any state anywhere in the U.S. No matter who is governing any one of the any one of the states. We can work in support of that flag, the U.S. Constitution of we the people, and in support of Donald J. Trump and Mike Pence. Not only for us, not only for this country, but for our youth. Our youth deserves to have a positive, bright future. We deserve to have a positive, bright future. This country deserves to have a positive, bright, lengthful future. As well as we do, as well as our youth does. And the youth before us. Being, of course, our youth's children. And their children. And their children's children. You know, the general fact is, everybody deserves to have a big time, positive, logical, clean, bright future. Liberal Democrats don't want that. As I said earlier, they got more than fed up and sick and tired of benefiting us, American people, because they don't feel like they were benefited enough while doing so. But yet the liberal Democrats want things to go where it benefits them, even if it doesn't benefit the American people. And I know it won't, and it will never benefit the American people if it benefits the liberal Democrats. If the socialist liberal Democrats are so sick and tired of having things benefit the American people and the country, but not the party so much, then those people should not be in the positions that they're in. They can be easily taken out in accordance to the Constitution, without question, without hesitation. So therefore, that also could easily make it to where the party is reformed, redone into the Green Party or the Independent Party, which would be side by side with the Republican Party. Do we think that'll ever happen? Hey, many things are possible. The more Nancy Pelosi and her other constituents, including the ones in the DNC, debate, the more they bullshit the American people and lie to the American people, even on their commercials. Believe me, it will happen. The Socialist Liberal Democrats will be taken out. In start, we need to show, we American people need to show that we want things that are positive for and about this country and about us, and the benefit of us, American people, being you as well, American people, the whole entire nation, including our youth, of course. When I say the whole entire nation, that includes our youth, as well as the American people in all. And also, even if there's a level or percentage of benefit gone back to the Republican Party, conservative and regular Republican Party, hey, that's okay to them. What they know and what their forefathers put into place basically, is those who are in the political office are there for only one reason: to defend and protect this country and the American people and our youth and the American way of life, and to protect our freedoms and rights. One of the many of very things that the liberal Democrats are fighting against even today. Because as I've said, the liberal Democrats are sick and tired of doing things that benefit us and this country and our youth. They're going to the points of corruption and greed and sinful actions and vocalizations. They're going even against this very flag right here. They won't say it to your face, but they are going against what this flag stands for, what the Constitution stands for, and what our troops have fought for from day one, from the very induction of this country, and the very formation of this country. What our ancestors in the Revolutionary War have fought for. That very thing, and much, much more, the liberal Democrats are fighting against and going against in every which way possible that they can use and use in this forming in their little puny minds. But even as they do that in their little puny minds, that fucking lie to your face. And as they lie, their souls grow closer and closer to the hell's pit, guaranteed, in every spiritual manner. And they don't see that, but it's an actuality. The very thing that Hillary Clinton, Obama, and Michelle Obama have said and done, their souls are already closer to hell's pit as it is right now. Because once they pass on, they'll be searching for their souls and leading themselves into heat of hell. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer's souls are following the same fucking path. Same thing will happen to them once they pass on. Same thing will happen to those who are on the DNC campaign trail. Even those who pronounced socialism in the very first DNC debate. They don't know it, but it will happen. And it is happening even today. Their souls are following the path of hell. Guaranteed. Jerry Brown's soul is already there, alongside Obama's, Michelle Obama's, Jimmy Carter's, Hitler's. Well, basically, Hitler's already there in hell, guaranteed. But they're following the same path as he did. In the sense of their souls going straight to hell. Thereby, their spiritual bodies will follow the same suit after being judged. Do I say this out of hate and malice and dislike for the American for those people? No, I don't. I don't hate. I don't like. I don't like, nor do I even agree with their illogical, sinful, socialist actions and words and whatnot. I feel sorry for them, to be honest, in a spiritual sense. I'm a very spiritual man. I may not show it a lot, but I am. But also, I am a humanitarian. I stand by that flag more than 100%. I stand by that flag ever since I gave my first breath as an infant. Even though as an infant, yeah, we don't know about it, right? Yeah, I know. Believe me, I totally understand that. But the basic fact is that that flag right there is why I'm here. One of many reasons of why I'm here. That flag right there is why many of us are here. So is the Constitution. Our parents are also, and that flag is why our parents are still with us too, even 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 those who are with us in spirit. Our parents who have passed on, but they are still with us in spirit, in positive spirit. My grandparents on my mother's side and father's side are with me in spirit. My father is with me and this flag, even in spirit. The reason I mention that flag is because my grandfather on my mother's side and my father, my my own father, fought for what that flag stands for in the military. They stood strong in defense of what that flag stands for. And I more than honor them and I love them and I miss them. And I know my mother misses her father being my grandfather. And I know my mother misses my grandmother being her mother. Because my grandmother went through the same shit that they went through, even possibly during, if not after, WW2. Granted, my mother was born many years after in 19 in in like the beginning of the 50s. As you know, I've said I was born in the 1970s. But the basic fact is, even the people in the 70s went through shit. Our veterans went through shit in Vietnam through late 60s, early 70s. Do I stand by our veterans and salute them and thank them for their service? Oh, heck yeah. I even salute them even now. I've always saluted every one of our troops, even the ones that fought in Desert Storm and after 9/11. And the ones that are still out there, I still salute and support. Because they're supporting what this flag stands for and has stood for centuries. What the Constitution stands for and has stood for more than centuries. And yes, nobody asked them to. They didn't. A number of them were not given what's known as draft notices. Of course, many years before, several years before actually, there was draft notices being sent out, but that whole thing went. That was stopped at some point or another. Now it was given to those who truly wanted to serve our country in the military, to support and fight for what that flag and the Constitution stands for and has stood for, which is all 100 more than 100% positive. And yes, our troops believe in a positive future, not only for us, not only for this country, but also for our youth and our youth's children and our children's children, and beyond. It is sad just to see, though, also, and I'm saying this as a true spiritual human being and a strong humanitarian advocate and a humanitarian in general and a strong citizen in my own right to start with. It is sad to see that the politicians in the Liberal Democratic Party have gone astray, gone to the points of corruption, illogical, sinful actions and words, have has strayed away from many positive things, even what that flag stands for, and away from what that stands for. What that flag stands for, what the Constitution has done for them and their family. It is sad, but it is the American way of life to show their choice has not been a rewarded one. In the sense, like I said earlier, that Trump was acquitted. So America can celebrate, and the Trump supporters, besides myself, can celebrate. And believe me, there's more Trump supporters in this country than there was in 2016. And Trump even admitted he's done many things that were wrong. Who hasn't? Which one of us hasn't? Which one of the American people have not done one thing, even one or more things wrong in our life? Which one of our parents and grandparents have not done one wrong thing before they became known to be our parents or grandparents? Even before they passed away, many years before they passed away. Even before we were even born into the families that we were born into. Think about that. I have said, and I will say again, I will keep saying, even if it becomes clear in everyone's mind that this planet right here, that we live and go about our day in, as we walk those grounds out there, This whole entire planet, no matter where we're at, no matter what country we reside in, no matter what city, county, and state we reside in, no matter what continent, this planet is, in a spiritual sense, a learning ground. We learn as we live, as we go about our lives, day by day, week by week, year by year, century by century, hour by hour, minute by minute, second by second, even as we sleep, even as we wake up, or even before we sleep, actually, and then even after we wake up, every day. And it is and has been like that from day one. From the very creation of man and woman, it's been like that. Do we like it? We might not, but we're dealing with it. Can we accept it? Yes, even if we don't want to. But who of many do not want to? Who's to say? Nobody really knows, really, on that one, don't they? But the basic fact is, we we learn as we go, right? We make mistakes along the way. Hey, we can make things better or way worse for ourselves as well as for those who are around us and those who we do and do not know, and those who we may not know quite as of yet within our lifetime, especially. I believe in a very strong positive future for every one of us. The very thing that the liberal Democrats have turned their backs on. I believe in a strong, strong aspect and union within the American people and within this country. We will never be a divided country in reality, though. We all have differences. That's okay. That's all right. But the basic fact is that we deserve to have things benefited to and for us and our youth, right? So let's start to show that by denouncing everything that the liberal Democrats have told us and turning our backs on the Democrats. Now let's turn our backs on the Democrats and let's let's head towards a positive future. And by doing so, we can do one thing. Vote for Donald J. Trump in 2020 to start with. And believe me, it could be one beautiful, positive, bright start towards this, towards many other positive things, even what that flag stands for, what the old glory right there stands for, what the Constitution has stood for, what's what's been given to us in every positive way, aspect, and more. Think about that. It is so positive and strong, isn't it? What the liberal Democrats don't want that for us. The liberal Democrats want what's positive for them only. They don't want what's positive for the American people or our youth or this country. The liberal Democrats want division, as I said. They want corruption and all that. But I know strongly, with faith and belief, that we American people do not want division. We American people do not want hate, dislike, and malice. We don't want anything negative. But obviously, the liberal Democrats want that. They don't want us to have anything positive. They're tired of benefiting the American people. They're tired of benefiting this country in every positive way, especially. We can show them a lesson, teach them a lesson, can't we, American people? We can teach the liberal socialist Democrats a lesson by voting for Trump in 2020, showing that we deserve better than what they want for themselves, better than what they believe that they can pull through and bullshit us with. We can show them they cannot bullshit us. They cannot lie to us. They cannot deceive us any longer. We've already been deceived and lied to by fucking Obama. We've been lied to by Michelle Obama. We've been lied to by Chuck Schumer. We've been lied to by Nancy Pelosi and her constituents. We're being lied to by the very ones that are in the DNC debate right now. And if I'm put into question by the media, hey, so be it. I don't care. If the media wants to know why I voice it so strongly and heavily, hey, I'll tell them. They may not agree with it. I don't care. But the basic fact is, I believe in this country. I will always believe in this country. And I do not believe in socialism. I will fucking fight against socialism. I believe in this country and so strongly that we can get things and we deserve things better than we've ever gotten before. And we will. The only way we will is we continuously denounce, denounce, denounce socialism. Literally pull away from the idealism of socialism. And the way we can is keep on going towards positive aspects, starting with voting for Donald J. Trump in 2020. And if Donald J. Trump wants to thank me for it, hey, that's okay too. For what I'm doing and what I have been doing since 2004, that's okay. Donald J. Trump is the one I support and the one I will always support. I support this flag. I will stand by this flag every in any situation. I will stand by the Constitution even more than 100% as well as this flag, as much as our troops do. And I know our troops do stand by this flag in their own way. So again, we can celebrate that Trump has been acquitted. The bullshit and corruptive wordings and lies and such have been brushed clean to where Trump is out of the battle so far of the impeachment situation. We can celebrate the president that has done many positive things, even in a short amount of time in his first term for this country. He's done many things in a short amount of time, shorter amount of time than any other candidate before him. Even when Obama has done us wrong in this country and the Constitution wrong, Trump reversed everything and made it better for each and every one of us. And he made it better for our youth. He made it better for the economy. He made it better for to where we can live our lives in many positive levels and ways. And he will continue doing so, making sure that things are positively benefited for us American people and this country and our youth. The only thing he asks of us is to vote for him for president in 2020 to start with. He will still support and work for us, even those that claim he's not my president. When basically you cannot say, if you are in this country, that he's not your president, even though granted in accordance to the Constitution, that's your right. But the basic fact is, you cannot deny, even no matter how much you try, you cannot deny that he's done anything positive for you and for you even in your financial state and status and situations. And your living situations have possibly been better. Your economic status and the situations have been better because of Trump. I guarantee it, even if you deny it. So I say, without holding back, I salute our troops and Donald J. Trump. Thank you for your service to the veterans and our troops, even in service today. And I thank our troops, even the ones that fought and died for us in the wars before. And I even salute my father, who was in the Marines, and many of the parents before us. And I strongly say Trump for 2020. I'm turning my back on socialism. Are you? Can you? Will you turn your back on socialism? I sure as hell hope you do turn your back on socialism. If you're not sure about what Hitler did, it's in the history books. Go to your local library. Go to a site that's more than legit and truthworthy. It'll show all of what he did in the base of socialism, which showed no benefit for the people, and what the liberal Democrats want to do to us. But we can make it to where they don't do it to us by voting for Trump in 2020 to start with. Supporting Trump more than anything, turning our backs on socialism, turning our backs on the Democrats, turning our backs on Gavin Newsom, turning our backs on Darrell Steinberg, Nancy Pelosi, turning our backs on Chuck Schumer, turning our backs on Barbara Boxer, Dianne Feinstein, turning our backs on the very governor and mayor that are possibly liberals in New York and other states. Turning our backs on the candidates of inside the DNC. Teaching them a lesson by voting for Trump in 2020 to become our president for a second term to start with. To get more beneficial, positive things that he knows he can give us, and he has given us thus far. And he will continue doing so. Let's turn our backs on the socialist bullshitters, and let's keep on fighting for this country right here, and fighting for what this beautiful flag stands for. and has stood for centuries, what the Constitution has stood for centuries. And for what our parents want for us, and what this will go in strong, positive support with as well. And what will this will we can lead to having this, wearing this, even if it isn't us in our older age, it will be, and it can be for our youth, or you, or our children's children, guaranteed. This is C.R.P.H.A, Humanitarian Advocate. Thank you for taking the time for listening to everything I said. And if you want to know more, believe me, I will tell you. If you have any questions, you can ask me on C.R.P.H.A Citizen Advocate on Facebook, or C.R.P.H.A Humanitarian Advocate, or CCA or CCCA, essentially. CCA, essentially, that is, for Citizen Advocate, essentially. C.R.P.H.A Citizen Advocate, and C.R.P.H.A Humanitarian Advocate on Facebook, or even simply in the comment below. This is C.R.P.H.A Humanitarian Advocate. I'm saluting our troops, our veterans. Thank you for your service. I'm saluting my father. Thank you for your service, and I love you, Father. And salute to the American flag. Again, stay strong. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to and for this country. Vote for Donald J. Trump for a better, brighter future, and a better, more than better than America. And again, turn your back away from the Democratic Party. Turn your back against and away from socialism. Trust me. You'll thank me for voicing what I did and why. And you'll thank yourself. And so will your children, and your children's children will thank you for it as well. For voting for Donald J. Trump and doing your part in making this country better than it's ever been before. In support of Donald J. Trump on top of that. This is C.R.P.H.A Humanitarian Advocate. May God bless the American people and the United States of America, and the American flag, Old Glory, and the Constitution. And may Heavenly Father help us get Donald J. Trump in to another 4 years for this country, to positively benefit this country and our youth and the American people and this country all in one. And believe me, I know Trump will do many positive things for us, as he has done in a short amount of time in his first term. He will do the same in his second term. This is C.R.P.H.A Humanitarian Advocate. Have a good day.